up-and-coming and its franchise shows, big bands with Swing Time, classic radio shows with Radioland, trivia fun with Gary J's Radio and Television Classics. I'll have more music shows, including rock and roll classic oldies with Gary J's Good Times Great Oldies Show, and a great adult standards with music and memories with such artists as Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Patti Page, and more. I'll be taking phone calls live soon on the Gary Russen Program and have guests on my talk shows, including the Gary Russen Program, Gary J Sports Page, and guests talking about the supernatural, UFOs, and government conspiracies on Way Out There. Spring is busting out all over during the GJRB Spring Spectacular, starting March 2nd on GJRB. Yeah, it's starting soon. Hope I can get a lot of that in. Every time I've promoted all this stuff, it just seems like by the time I get done with that whole darn thing, it's like, I didn't even do that, or I didn't do this, or... So I don't know. Let's hope for the best, and maybe we can have a great Spring Spectacular, and I can fulfill all my promises here, huh? Think about that one. You know what I mean? Yeah, look at that.
This is Michael J. Martin, and you're listening to the Gary Russen Program on GJRB Online.
Yeah, thank you so much, Michael. Gary J. Russen with you on GJRB. It's a Friday night free-for-all. You're invited. Come on in. Send your messages on board. We'll read them to you. I'm going to take a scroll through Facebook here pretty soon. Or what I call... scroll through social media. Yeah, that's right. So we're gonna do it. Got a lot of really neat stuff. I was going through some of it earlier. Posted a lot of really interesting stuff. Gary J's Radio and Television Classics is coming up, and I got a great show lined up for you. Great stuff. And lately on my Facebook page, I've had people posting old TV guide pages. The old listings? Boys, that's fun to look at. I was looking at some old listings, and I saved some of them for future shows. I got the lineup for Tuesday nights in 1965 on ABC. Now, I didn't realize this. I didn't know Combat was on ABC. I thought it was on CBS. But it's been really, really cool. We've been having folks like post like old TV guide pages, and it's really neat to look at because you can really. I was at our local Hy-Vee the other day. And I was looking through the pages of TV Guide. And the one that's the current TV Guide now. And I'll have to say I'm disappointed. Really am. Because they really, I don't know if they just like botched it up or what. But I believe that the TV Guide will never be the same as it ever was. That was always a fun magazine to look at. You know what I used to do when I was younger? I used to draw TV Guide pages. I was a weird kid, okay? I guess when you're totally bored, you're stuck in the house and you can't do anything, or you grow up, you can't have too many girlfriends or have a car of your own and stuff like I was. I had nothing left to do but draw TV Guide pages. And I had my own fictitious TV station, and I ran all kinds of neat shows. And when I started, I had my first camcorder, and I was here in Clinton. I used to, I had, you know how VCRs are on Channel 3. Well, what I used to do is I used to have this camera with the VCR pointed. I had the VCR rolling with whatever old program I had. And I had the camera pointed to the TV screen. You couldn't even tell if it was a videotaped on front of the TV or not. But I used to do this. And I used to put my graphics up on the screen, and I'd do little master control, you know. And I had KGRZ TV Channel 3, and it was kind of an independent station, rental reruns and stuff like that. And how would I know I worked for a PBS station? But it was the good old days. That was a fun time. Anyway, that takes me back, and like I said before, I used to put my listings in my TV guide. I used to modify my TV guide and put KGRZ Channel 3 logos in it and stuff. And it was kind of a hoot. It was fun. It just like, okay, why would I do that? But it was fun anyway. And I don't know. I just had a little bit of fun with it. So I thought, well, why not? Anyway, glad you could be with me tonight. Gary Russen Program on GJRB. Big TV Guide pages. Gotta love it. Let's see, what else? Let's go and let's do it then. Let's scroll through social media. I'm going to record a intro to that as soon as I get worked on. I haven't done anything with that yet. So when I do, I will. I need to write and produce an intro for it, which I'll probably do on Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday, tomorrow I'm going to do some production. Either one of those days, I'm going to record an opening for that called Scroll Through Social Media. Okay? Okay, I don't know why I got to do it. I just, Anyhow, that's where I'm at. I'm in Facebook right now. Got 6 hits so far. Some comments and stuff. A lot of interesting stuff here. Want to welcome Janet Leach to my Facebook page. She is the wife of my good friend Raymond, and she's online she's posted some neat things. Want to say hi to Raymond Leach and everybody who may be on here tonight. A big hi to Brian Harrison, Joey Brewer, Joshua Becker, my nephew. Hi everyone. Joshua Becker, my sister-in-law Pamela, Brian Deacon, David Hudasak, James Stanfield's on tonight, Vicki Lynn Jones, Carol Jones, Court Dietz, Jeff Cartwright, and Dawn Sabo on live tonight. Hi guys, talking with you tonight. Hope you'll stay with me, stay online, and we'll talk to you while we're on the air on GJRB, our Friday night free-for-all. Just having a hoot and holler here and seeing what all you are saying out there. So do that here. Also, other ways you can get on. Remember that balloon. Looks like a comic book balloon. All you got to do when you get into my Facebook, it'll link you to my Facebook public site. On the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you'll notice that the widget was reduced. It used to be clear across the screen. They kind of cut it down to like half or about a quarter, and they put it at the far right side of the screen. Okay, on that is a balloon. Looks like a comic book. Okay. When you go on there, you just click that, and you can text me while I'm on the air, and I'll read what you said about what I'm talking about, and I'll answer you on the air. And kind of like phone, only is you're writing to me while I'm on the air. Okay, so we're always glad to have responses tonight as we are on the air. Want to be a big happy anniversary to my good friend Joe and Sharon Stoddard here in Clinton, and great day for you. I hope you're all having a good one. Down the line a bit, let's see, what new stuff? Everybody talking about Leonard Nimoy and Star Trek. Tomorrow night on MeTV. Leonard Nimoy in a special episode of Star Trek, Amok Time. Great episode. I've seen that half a dozen times. Great episode. That'll be tomorrow night on MeTV, Amok Time on Star Trek, right here. That's on Memorable Entertainment Television, MeTV. And once again, rest in peace, my friend. You were fabulous. And I know he would probably say to us here on GJRB, live long and prosper. And let's see, let's go down the line and see if there's anything happening all around the nation tonight. Going down there, nothing much. Want to say also a big hi to my friend Ben Osan. We're going to be talking to him eventually. And he says you can meet Alex Jones. The paranoid of America are trying to overthrow the global Stossel Borg style one conspiracy theory at a time. This comes from my good friend Ben, who's listening out there, who's a good friend of my friend, Stephen Mucha. So Stephen, I hope you're listening tonight. Come on board, talk to us a little bit. Love to hear from you. But anyway, Alex Jones pulled his Dodge Charger into the desolate parking lot of Austin from the outside of a squat single-story office complex, and Jones calls this command center. And this is from an article from a guy named Alan Zychek. And he writes for, I believe, I'm not mistaken, Rolling Stone. Article here about it. And he talks about Alex Jones. Now, we talk about Alex Jones quite a bit on this show. He's one of those big conspiracy theorist talk shows. Fabulous show. I've listened to it from time to time. Great program. He's also a frequent guest on George Norrie's Coast to Coast show. Really good, and interesting. Alex Jones, who has the... And we often talk about it. And who remembers Star Trek animated series? I do. I used to watch that Saturday morning. And a lot of those characters played their cartoon parts. They were the voices for the cartoon characters as well. So Leonard Nimoy was in that. He was in that. He was fabulous. I gotta tell you, folks, it is really sad to hear about Leonard Nimoy. He was the great essential to art, to anybody who's famous as an actor, who could really act. And I'm not just saying that, okay, who could really act. And he's going to be well missed. He's going to be well missed. I always was a big fan of Star Trek, the original series, and always liked his acting, and it's going to be really sad. It's going to be really weird for a while to not see him on screen. But again, you can see him on Star Trek tomorrow night on MeTV, Amok Time. And I believe, when's that come on? I always keep forgetting. Amok Time comes on at, I believe, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Central. 9 o'clock in the East. Star Trek, Memorable Entertainment Television. Watch it. Watch your good friend Star Trek, good friend Mr. Spock say, live long and prosper. You know, as long as I can remember, I could never do my fingers like that. I've tried. I forcefully do it with my, it doesn't work. Just Can't do it. Cannot. Coming up, we got more.